I've collected jewellery since I was about 8. I started at jumble sales, worked up to junk shops and then 1 or 2 auctions.
What really drives you to buy this?
The beauty and the colour of stones and the fact that they have to go through so much effort to get the stones where they are today, yes.
Exactly. The fascination that we have for these things is because they're things of natural beauty. I mean, this is a star sapphire,
yes.
Isn't it? And do you know how the star is achieved in the sapphire?
I believe it's a fault in the stone.
It's a sort of a fault in the stone. It's rather like the sheen on silk, and the 2 strands of silk cross one another, and as the light falls onto it, it's separated and turned into a star. It's a sort of greyish sapphire in a way, isn't it?
Yes.
But a very, very pleasing one. And I think the thing about precious stones is, and the deep fascination for mankind, is that they're completely unchanging, aren't they?
Yes.
And we know perfectly well that it's us that are the ephemeral things. On this table, this is sand and sugar, isn't it?
Yes.
The sand is the simulated jewellery, and the sugar, the sweetest of all, is the diamonds and the emeralds and the sapphires and the rubies. And here are 3 delicious grains of sugar, aren't there?
Yes.
And this scintillation, this return of light, is really quite inimitable, isn't it? And one does simply recognise it. But here is something that looks for all the world, it appears to be an emerald bead necklace with an emerald-cut emerald in the centre clasp. But it isn't, is it?
No. I would think it's synthetic.
It's one made in a furnace, not by God. What do you feel about that? Do you think there is a difference between a man-made one and a natural one?
Well, there obviously is from the point of view that nature made the original, but that has its own beauty, and it's quite a nice stone to wear.
Which is your favourite?
My favourite? That one.
That one. Let's have a close look at that. The sapphire and diamond ring. The finest colour of sapphire is a cornflower blue, a cashmere sapphire with amazing velvety visual texture, which actually isn't in this one necessarily, because had it been so, it would have been worth £30,000–40,000 and more. And so a nuance of colour makes all the difference to value.
It reminds me of a summer sky.
Yes, well, I think that's completely poetic and marvellous. I don't really know how to value your collection. I think the simulated gems, which you're obviously fond of, are valued at no more than £10 or £15. And then, mixed in here, is a valuable ring, without doubt. A 3-stone diamond ring with what look to be perfectly pure and nice stones. And I suppose, you know, conservatively, that must be sort of £6,000 or £7,000 and more, mustn't it?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah. So a collection measured in tens of thousands of pounds and tens of pounds. And it's all jewellery, it all lives under the same name, and it gives you pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.